So how do you decompress and regather yourself, recenter yourself after elements of discrimination against one of your identities, especially from a black and non-heterosexual lens? I am making this video the day after the Breonna Taylor post-indictment protest that I went to, and there are a lot of thoughts that are on my mind through multiple identities intersecting. And the fact that the charges that happened with Breonna Taylor were based on the bullets that missed, how we as we exist in our blackness and the experiences that we have from heterosexuality in our black bodies are not recognized by organizations that often or compounded or given the same level of importance. So there are a lot of thoughts, and the methodologies and tools that I use is to remind myself of my existential and sociological value. In both, we have a value of one. Existentially speaking, it's always one and it never changes. Sociological values, through adding and subtracting of different methods, definitely distort that number and cause a lot of the systemic issues that we have. But keeping in mind that you deserve to exist exactly as you are, especially since you're non-regressive. Sometimes I'll take a walk, or ultimately what needs to happen is I need to put myself in a mental space where I mentally construct scenarios, individuals, or even just myself in spaces, maybe not even having people that I actively know in the moment, affirming who I am, affirming that existence, that right to exist, and even affirming the right to sociologically exist and be centered and be valued. So spirituality and how spirituality keeps me grounded in terms of how I communicate with other people, how I view individuals, how I view and interact with the entirety of the human consciousness and consciousness in general. So my spirituality extends beyond the construct of religion. I believe in the concept of oneness, meaning that all of us together are consciousness. We are all pieces of consciousness, and we inhabit bodies, and within that we all experience the conscious experience in different bodies, and that helps to create the conscious experience in and of itself. Different existential and sociological factors, predominantly sociological factors, add to what people call the richness of life. There's so many sociological constructs around us that you literally cannot name or even imagine without taking the time to think and critically analyze. A lot of us cannot fulfill our basic existential needs without the use of others. Even if you're, quote, introverted, even if you're, quote, socially distant, you still require individuals. You required someone to build the shelter that you lived in. You required someone to prepare the food that you had, in terms of getting it from the animal or the ground onto a dish or a prepared state for your plate. Safety and a sociological construct so that other individuals do not attack you for it. There's so many sociological aspects that go on, existential and sociological aspects that go on in life. And spirituality helps to balance the existential and sociological factors that so unbelievably compound in life. So to practice oneness requires an element of self and social awareness. So self-awareness in terms of, do you recognize your sociological identities as individuals who culminate together and create a social space which becomes society? Recognize you, whether or not you fall within the metrics of those categories or not all elements of those categories, as well as social awareness. Do you understand how other individuals create experiences that formulate the conscious experience of others around you, as well as yourself? The ultimate tangible objective of oneness is to instill value, understand the value of your consciousness and your conscious experience, closely align yourself with the conscious experiences of others, and create a oneness and a value of everything around you. So truly creating value, love of self, and understanding how self is within others as well, which creates that element of oneness, and how others are within you